Quick question. Have you ever forgotten your own birthday? Or realized it was your birthday halfway through the day and thought, oh, cool, and then just kept doing homework? Or maybe someone asks, are you excited for your birthday? And you feel nothing. Not sad, not happy, just neutral. And then you start wondering, wait, is something wrong with me? Yeah, let's talk about that. Because here's the truth most people never say out loud. You're not cold. You're not broken. You just don't attach emotion to dates. And that actually makes a lot of sense. I used to think I was emotionally off. Like everyone else had this built-in excitement for birthdays, New Year's anniversaries. And I just didn't. No countdowns. No hype. No, this day means everything. Just another square on the calendar. And for a long time, I thought that meant I didn't care enough. About people. About life. About myself. But that's not what's really going on. And once you understand why you feel this way, the guilt kind of disappears. Here's the key idea. Some people attach emotion to moments. Others attach emotion to meaning. Dates are just symbols. And your brain doesn't get emotional over symbols. You don't feel something just because the calendar says you should. You feel something when it actually means something to you. So when your birthday rolls around and nothing changes internally, it's not because you don't value your life. It's because your brain doesn't romanticize time. And honestly, that's more common than you think, especially among students and young adults who are tired, burnt out, and mentally overloaded. Think about it. You've got assignments due, exams coming up, a group project no one responds to, bills, deadlines, that one email you've been avoiding for 3 days. And suddenly someone's like, hey, it's your birthday, feel special. Your brain's like, bro, I'm just trying to survive this week. So instead of excitement, you feel pressure. Pressure to react the right way. Pressure to be grateful on command. That doesn't make you ungrateful. It makes you human. But here's where it gets interesting. Because not attaching emotion to dates actually affects more than birthdays. It affects how you see life milestones. And that can either drain you or give you a massive advantage. If you don't attach emotion to dates, you probably also don't get super hyped for New Year's. Don't feel behind just because you hit a certain age. And don't panic when you're not where you thought you'd be by now. Because your sense of progress isn't tied to the calendar. It's tied to internal movement. You care more about, am I growing? Not, what day is it? And that mindset protects you from a lot of unnecessary stress. And this is important. It can also make you feel disconnected if you don't understand it. That's where people start calling themselves emotionless or cold. Which isn't fair. Because there is a downside. And you've probably felt it. The downside is this. When you don't attach emotion to dates, other people might think you don't care. You forget anniversaries. You don't make a big deal out of your birthday. You don't post. You don't celebrate loudly. And suddenly you're labeled as distant. But internally, you care deeply, just quietly. You feel things in real time. Not on schedule. That mismatch can mess with your relationships and your self-image. So what do? You don't need to fix yourself. You just need to translate. Here's how to handle this practically. First, stop forcing emotion on dates. If you don't feel excited, don't guilt yourself into pretending. Emotion doesn't work on command. Second, create meaning instead of waiting for it. Instead of it's my birthday, I should feel something, try. What's one thing today that would actually feel good? A quiet walk. Your favorite meal. One intentional moment. That's it. Third, communicate your style. This is huge. Tell people, I'm not big on dates, but I appreciate you. That one sentence saves so much misunderstanding. Fourth, detach self-worth from milestones. Your value is not determined by your age, your timeline, or the date on the calendar. Growth isn't seasonal. It's messy and uneven. And finally, notice what does move you. A late-night conversation, a breakthrough moment, finishing something hard. That's where your emotions live. Pay attention to that. And once you stop fighting your emotional wiring, something really powerful happens. You stop waiting for life to feel meaningful on specific days. You stop saying, "I'll feel better after this milestone." And you start building meaning in ordinary moments. Random Tuesdays, quiet nights, small wins no one claps for. That's not cold. That's grounded. So if you've ever felt weird for not caring about birthdays, holidays, or dates, you're not broken. You're not behind. You're just wired differently. Try this tonight. Do one small thing that actually feels good, no reason required. No calendar permission needed. And if this made you feel understood even a little bit, stick around. We're leveling up calmly, intentionally, and on our own timeline. See you in the next one.